Hello and welcome to the Anfield Boot Room. We are here concluding the 21-22 season with a bit of an FA Cup final, which will be nice. Again, it's a voiceover, so it's a slightly weirder one where I've had a big technology error and basically buggered up my whole business. Hopefully we shall soon return to technically competent kind of vid episodes. I've accidentally paused the thing by accident. Oh goodness me. Right, try and ignore this absolute S show. Right, so last time we recorded it was Capital One Cup final. We won on penalties against Chelsea. A bit of a disappointing result, but fine, whatever, doesn't matter. Win, it's a win, that's all that matters, that's what we're going for here. Right, we then went on to smash a couple of teams. We're playing absolutely pounded on Everton, beat Barcelona 3-0 in the second leg of our Champions League. Beat Everton some more, Juan Aralaga playing sensationally there. Yeah, that was all 5 goals from him. Thank you very much. Emiliano Heskey chipping in with a few, which is nice. And then we get into the difficulty. So this was born of my addiction, unfortunately. So I played this Man City game and lost, and was like, oh, well, that, the most important game after you lose is to bounce back. So I'll play the Tottenham game. This was about 2:30 AM. Played the Tottenham game, lost. More devastated. I had lost in the Premier League. We hadn't lost in the Premier League for about like 70 odd games. So 2 losses back to back. Unbelievable stuff. So I was like, I've got to make it up now. I've got to make up for it. And beat Man City 3-0 at home, which we've done before plenty of times. And unfortunately, I was not able to prevail. And I mean, I'm as disappointed as you are, to be brutally honest. It was a very upsetting affair. Yeah, I think probably at this point in the recording, I was just staring dumbfounded at two consecutive losses. And the big guns had all played. It was very upsetting. I mean, the Tottenham game less so, to be honest, because it was in the gap between the 2 biggest games up to that point of the season. So I put the reserves out, and Tottenham bettered me. It was a last-minute goal, 87th minute, fine. They stunningly had 6 clear-cut chances. But yeah, I rested the big guns to then come back fighting at Man City. And that didn't really work out either, which is disappointing, real disappointing, it has to be said. And it's it's not like we've not beat Man City before. I'm sure at some point I scroll up. Oh, there you go. So you've got a 4-0 beating of Man City, a 3-2 beating of Man City. Once I'd already beaten 4-0, so I was playing the reserves. You've got a 1-1 Jamily pushed in there. You've got a 4-1 as well. So it's not like we couldn't take these guys. We really could. And the 1-1 there, I suppose that's a bit of a blip. But you see, 39 shots and they had 1 shot on target. I mean, so it's not like I was quaking in my boots. I thought it was doable. Alas, 'twas not. Right, I think I can now skip on a little bit. I'm trying to manage this as best I can. Forgive the jumping of the screen here. That's just me trying to move this along and feel there was a lot of probably just me being stunned on the recording, which actually doesn't make for that good of a vid episode / podcasty YouTube football manager thing. So yeah, just skip a lot of dead air. So the post-mortem. First of all, I mean, Alexander Oxlade-Chamberlain scoring there. he scored, you know, one every 3 games basically, with his finishing all of 10, long shots of 13. He always seems to do well, and it always annoys me, and I'm annoyed right now. So the stats: so 10 shots to 22 shots, 5 on target, 11 on target. I've hit the woodwork once. They had 3 kick chances, fair enough, but I also had 3. So looking, I'm playing at about double their amount of chances. Corners, they had 3, I had 12. And yet, so looking at that, I mean, we've been profligate and they've been absolutely clinical. And it is of disappointment to me. Right, so I'm going to skip ahead a little more. Oh yeah, so it's worth mentioning, you can see that, oh, I'm going to skip about again. No, don't worry about it. You can see basically something that happened within the first 5 seconds of that game. Vladimir broke his leg, and he's been extremely influential. It's his breakout season. He's got a great average rating. He's a great player. Better. So that happened 5 minutes. There you go. And it was Lucas Badger, former Liverpool player, what done it. So, and the other thing that happened in the first 5 minutes was we hit the bar, and I thought, bugger, not going to be our day. But as you can see, so Joe Hart over here gets a 7.7. He's kept a very good clean sheet. He's, you know, well rated, fair enough. Now we can delve into the post-mortem of the second. This was the one we wanted to be really winning, really smashing. So we'll delve into the stats again. 38 shots to their 3, 17 on target to their 1, 3 clear-cut chances to their none, 12 corners to their none, and yet we still managed to not do terribly well. So added up over 3 hours of football, this is what I've got to. Manchester City had 13 shots. I had 60. Manchester City had 6 shots on target. I had 28. Manchester City hit the woodwork 9 times. I hit the woodwork once. Manchester City had 3 clear-cut chances. I had 6. Manchester City had 3 corners. I had 24. So I had over 3 times the number of shots on target. Over 3 times, over 4 times. Yeah, it was 4. Blooming heck. So over 4 times on shots, over 4 times on shots on target. Double the number of clear-cut chances. Admittedly, they had some, so they have all the rights to score at least 1 or 2 of those clear-cut chances. But I had 6 of the buggers, and I only scored 1. So 1 in every 10 shots was a clear-cut chance, because I had 60 bloody shots. Doesn't make sense, guys. So, but yeah, essentially this left me highly aggrieved. 24 corners! Yeah, highly aggrieved. I'll skip on a little more. Let me just jump over to the player rating. So in this game alone, Joe Hart has saved 17 shots. My keeper has saved 1 shot. Somehow, Joe Hart gets a 6.9. And you say, okay, no, maybe there were lots of blocks going on in their defence, so there's going to be a standout defender. No, not really. Someone played all right. You know, not really anything to write home about. Jerome O'Reilly gets a better rating than Joe Hart. It's a joke. It's a joke. So Joe Hart is back in his heyday. This is Joe Hart proper, experienced goalkeeper, and he's has absolutely kind of amazing goalkeeping stats all round, really. So I don't mind him saving some of the shots. You can save some of the shots, but I mean, come on, 28 shots. So this, I don't know why I was circling it for, can't remember. I'm just circling what is an absolute S show, absolute DS. Dog. Anyway, Dog S. Odegaard played well. The replacement played well for what's his face, Vladimiros. But Divock Origi and Lionel Messi let me down. They came off at various points. Raheem Sterling then let me down even more by getting 2 yellow cards in a minute. What an idiot. Oh my god. Kill me now. So yeah, fun stuff. But you know, we move on. We move on. Look, you know, it's not the first time I've been knocked out of the Champions League. I only won it once. I would have liked to have retained it, but it makes me more determined for next season at Champions League. This innocuous set of results, the Champions League is mine. On to the Premier League, which is actually mine. Obviously, we're having a stunning season. We've had the 1-0 loss to Tottenham as a bit of a blip between two other also blips. Not a bit of a blip, but yeah, 35 wins, 2 draws, 121 goals, 15 conceded with a goal difference of 106. I'd say that's rather good. So we have then broken our own record points tally there, because even though we lost a game, we won way more games than before. So that's pretty sweet, to be honest. Yeah, and no one can really match up to me in any meaningful way. Tottenham have had a good season. I sold them some of their good players. But yeah, Derby stuck with it, got into Europe after their escapades earlier in the season. Fulham unfortunately dropped out, so have not done so well. But you see, most assists and 3 of the 4 top scorers. That's all nice. You can see Messi's influence obviously there. So I'm trying to rewrite history here, guys. We've got most times winners now. We've got most games won in a row. We've got most games without losing. 74, which I think is pretty funny. I was aiming for most team goals. I was something like 8 or 7 short or something. I can't remember now. But I reckon they beat Blackpool 10-0 twice. So I reckon it's cheating in that 1930-31 season. I'm not having that. But yeah, I had a bit of a review of so most games won in a row. That's us for the majority of it. Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool. Most games without losing. 74, 44, 27, 17, 18. That's all Liverpool. Most games without conceding. Are we up there? Yeah. So Liverpool, Chelsea, Liverpool, Hull. Interesting. Most team goals. There we are. 7 short of the record, or joint record rather. But yeah, that is a lot of goals. Lot of goals. So that's good. Happy. Lionel Messi, even though statistically he's fading, his technically that's pretty dire. His first touch is getting much worse. His pace is getting worse. He still scored 30 goals in 34 games, which I would say isn't so bad. We've got him for the next 2 years, or I think then probably he will have fully lived out his usefulness. But he has been attracting interest from PSG, which I find funny. He's got that 8.25 average rating, which is a record from the Premier League over a whole season, which is just stunning. I mean, his career is unbelievable. So yeah, Lionel Messi, ridiculous man. Right, so now we head off into the actual game. Right, FA Cup final. Let's go, lads. It's we're not having the Champions League final, so this is our last opportunity to bag some more silverware. We've already got 5 trophies this season, so let's get some more in the bag, shall we? Right, that's the squad. That's the starting lineup, I think. Odegaard coming in for Vladimiros. Plenty of firepower on the bench with Milton, Arrillaga, Samir, Baiano, the likes. I'm just going to take a sip of water while presumably I'll do some more stuff on this disembodied, mousely moving recording. Oh yeah, Baiano. What a crap last 5 games he's had. Overall, brilliant. That's some fair analysis there, Sam. That's why he's not in the game. Right, there we are. Let's go. So, excuse me. They've got a fair team. I can probably skip the first bits. Yeah, so that's how they're lining up. Berardi. Oh no, we'll skip this bit as well because I'll just make everything more difficult. Oh goodness me, come on lad. Right, is that, have I skipped the right bit yet? We're still going. Are we all set? Oh, I should have looked at when the game started in earnest. Right, there we go. So don't let the fans down, or I just try and keep it real normal, keep expectations high and get them to carry on doing what they were doing. Messi loves it. Messi's well up for it. Mostly everyone is superbly motivated. Sterling not so, after his most recent bad stuff when I see got sent off and it upset me. But yeah, if you look at the average rating of the whole squad, that is a squad that is used to winning. Last 5 games, slightly less good than the average rating because we've had some dodginess in the last 5 games, but it's all fine. So, kicking off. Playing some nice stuff, getting ball in there. So that's a decent early sign. Let's get rid of this. Maybe get it on the break. Don't know. Can we? Pogba run about. He's like an absolute maniac. Right, Messi plays it into. Oh, lovely flick. Odegaard holding it up through to Origi, offside. But still some promising early signs. Happy with this. Right, big ball over the top. Messi's not going to win that header. Stephen Corker, who is unaccountably excellent in this game, playing centre back for Man City. Origi, take it to him. Badger gets in the way. Sterling lumps a ball in. I do wonder with Messi if we're missing out on, good shot Memphis, whether we're missing out on aerial presence, but he brings so much else. I think it's probably just fair enough. George Alagaya. Messi chips it in. They're defending stoutly, but it is only good save from Harks. He bloody well saves everything, doesn't he? Yeah, this is a bit of a vengeance match, really. Man City probably did. Oh, Messi, great save. Hart, of course, he bloody saves everything because he's a psychopath. Well, not anymore. Maybe he's got help. Who knows? It certainly is not as good a goalkeeper as he once was. Odegaard's running the show. Messi play it out wide, or just hammer through the middle. Right, Origi messes it up, but fine. Yeah, I think it's fair to say first half now we're dominating this without actually being clinical. I would hope that we would add that to our game, because if we don't score in this game, I might scream. And that's another one from a one-ton Gill hammering in a long-range shot that had no chance of going in ever. Bloody useless. Right, ooh, good save Deckers. I've got Deckers in for this final because I think he's a good lad and maybe the future of goalkeeping here at Liverpool. Right, okay, so towards the end of the half it seems like they're getting more into it, which I'm not a fan of. Yep, smash that Oxlade-Chamberlain. We don't like that lad. He's a douchebag. Good use of your 20 on kicking there, Deckers, to kick it straight to the opposition. Get it away from Oxlade-Chamberlain, the stupidest danger man ever. No one's particularly playing very well, which is annoying. Right, can we hit him on the break? Can we do that? Hold up play from Messi. Mikey is a Brazilian right back. He is great. But yeah, that's how you say his name. Mikey. He seems to have Messi's number a bit. Go on, Origi. Go on, son. Go on, son. Oh, Hart saves, of course. The brick wall constructed solely of Joe Hart's face, and arms and legs and torso. Out to Sterls. Sterls, get the ball in. Mike. Oh, Mike with a defensive header straight to the feet of Origi. Slams it past Hart. Let's see how that goal unfolded. Big ball over to Sterls. Sterls bangs it in. Mike covering where he needn't cover. Not a smart move. Origi volleys it straight into the back of the net, almost down the middle, deceives Hart by not going to either corner, and we're 1-0 up. Excellent news. Right, and that's just before half time. Sterls, good on ya. Origi, spread that play, we're playing it around, good confidence, don't shoot. Messi gets hold of it. Yeah, Montan Gill just carries on hammering in those unintelligent left-footed shots. I am going to have to train that man. Right, only winning 1-0, so obviously I'm not happy. Yeah, but it fires everyone up. They're slightly less full of morale, but at the end of the game, if they win, I'll fill them back up with morale, so it will be fine. Yeah, just get back on with it. No one's doing particularly badly. And let's not one-time Gill. Don't do this thing where you get loads of fouls, get sent off. Although he's a harrier. There's a harrier, a hurrier, and a terrier. I don't know if all those things are. Whoa! Get it away from that Oxlade man. He's a mug. Right, cool. Out to Messi, doing a bit of tricks. Stephen Corker reads him like a book, as if that would ever happen. Stephen Corker takes the ball easily off Lionel Messi. Right. Oh, good interception there from George Alagaya, reading the play as well as he reads the news. Right, out to Sterls. He's our good man. He always gets a cross in. Origi scoops that right over. But Sterling, I'm coming to this realisation that Sterling, he's not quite as technically able as some of our other wingers, but he just always hits the byline, gets a cross in. That's what his play is based around. Right, Odegaard, get him off. He's not playing well. Get him right off. Pogba's a bit knacked, so we'll take him off as well because he's not playing that well either. Milton, I've been seeing if he can play centrally recently. He's been playing really well. Oh, and also his transfer fee's been slowly creeping up because he's, for instance, got 50 caps for Liverpool. I think that's fair enough. I put in the clauses because I thought, Man United, you know what? If you let me have him, one, because they wouldn't because we're rivals, but if he plays 50 times for Liverpool, that probably means he's a success. So yeah, I've liked to play him out wide, but I've been trying recently to play him in the middle because I just want to see if he can do it. He's got great passing, great vision, so he should technically be able to. But I had a choice when I first got him, really, as to whether to turn him into some awesome striker and train that finishing, get that up. But yeah, I went for winger because he's got good crossing, he's got that passing ability, and he's lightning quick, and I think that is better used in my team for the kind of, in the midfield where we can really break very, very quickly, a la Sterling. Ali Samir is also someone who could come on in this central attacking midfield role. Samir's a beast, he's 20 years old, but he's inconsistent, so it's just that so they're almost technically the same. I mean, Samir's a bit smarter, and but his finishing is a bit worse, and it's that inconsistency there, which is why I didn't sign him in the first place. But then he went and had a pretty good season for Getafe when he was like 18. So I was like, I got to get this guy, and for some reason they let me have him for £5 million. So I was like, decent. But yeah, I plumped for Milton. I think he's a good guy. He's got a lot of pace. He can take the ball and really spear into those spaces. Messi's, again, not playing well. Messi's a big game player, mate. We're only 1-0 up. We've got to be doing this, guys. Come on. Origi, Laporte, not doing anything stupid. Laporte actually didn't start. He started off wherever he was at Athletic Bilbao, I believe. But yeah, he's been signed by Man City, as in real life. Memphis, bang a ball in. Messi, good interplay. Milton, off to one-time Gill. Again, hammers in a shot. I'm going to look at his shooting accuracy for this whole season. I think it's going to be absolute DS. I think I've listened to too much James and Robbins on the old podcasts. Although I have also been catching up with Alan Partridge, who that's the long shot stats of one-time Gill. The thing is, because he plays in the more defensive role, he always arrives when a long shot is on, whereas actually Pogba, who's much, much better at long shots, is already in and around there because he's the more, he's usually Pogba, in this case Kranovita. He's in the more expansive thing. He's in the more expansive role. But yeah, one-time Gill then joins the attack when a bit of space might open up in the middle, and hence is snapping off all of these bloody stupid long shots. But yeah, as I was mentioning, I've also been catching up on Alan Partridge. and it's very funny stuff. It's like you can see where, kind of like The Office and that sort of thing comes from, with this just like, completely unself-aware person. I'll fill in the gap while Oxlade-Chamberlain thinks for a million years about taking a corner. But yeah, very funny stuff. Lovely stuff. But yeah, Josh, maybe catching up on this, the Ellis James and John Robbins podcast. Get on it, mate. But yeah, you can absolutely see where Robbins is taking some of his phraseology. Oh, good save from Hart. You'd expect nothing less. Stupid Swazek. Yes, some of the, for instance, like, oh, crisps. That is a Partridgeism. Anyway, George Alagaya, Sewell sticking in there, solid defending, Deckers, Samir, Messi through to Origi. But see how it's coming out to basically double. Go on, Messi. Oh, Corker again playing Messi for a fool. And great conclusion there, Origi just kicking the ball off. But we've won the cup! Joy of joy! We've won almost everything there was to win this season. And that makes me happy. That's what I was aiming for. So very happy. We've edged it 1-0. Vengeance for our getting knocked out of the Champions League by these absolute mugs. Everyone played okay. One-time Gill played very well, although his shooting was abysmal. He probably did a lot of tackles and covered a lot of ground and that sort of thing. So he's a good lad. He's a good lad, really. Stuart Atwell was fine. Divock Origi did score a goal. Fair play to him. Lebanon Stadali was average. So yeah, we got. It's almost the same as I think the first game against Man City. So the first, I've got the stats here for the first game against Man City. There's 22 shots instead of 20. 11 on target instead of 9, 3 clear-cut chances, 3 clear-cut chances, and 12 corners instead of 8. So that game plays, in fact, Man City. So Man City had 10 shots. This game they had 11, 5 on target, 5 on target. Clear-cut chances, they had 3 to obviously 0 this time. So that is where the difference is, and 3 corners to 5. But so in that game they won 2-0. Obviously the clear-cut chances there allowing them to do that, but yeah, in this game we win 1-0. Just sometimes Football Manager doesn't make sense, and you know what? It's not fair. It's not fair unless I win every game. No, that's not how it is, guys. I know the realities of, but the reality of football and the virtual reality of Football Manager. So Lionel Messi lived the dream of many a supporter as he lifted the FA Cup for Liverpool. Obviously a club he loves dearly, not just there because we pay him £150,000 every week. Bloody mercenary. Anyway, we haven't had the FA Cup for a while, so it's good to get our hands back on it. We did have it a few times in a row. It went out to I suppose those are our two closest rivals, really, Tottenham and Man City. The other lot have been a bit shambolic of late. But yeah, so that's going to be my new ignominy. Ignominy? I thought it was ignominy. Anyway, let's not get hung up on it. I've been celebrating an incredible quintuple. FA Cup, Capital One Cup, Club World Championship, European Super Cup, English Community Shield. Of course, they've left out of the quintuple the Premier League, which makes it a sextuple. So yeah, that's 6 out of 7 ain't bad, guys. Right, so now to the press conference. Been in charge for many years. Yes, sod off. I like this game. Don't question me, press. You've won the FA Cup before. You'll win it again. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it more than a bloody League Cup. Yeah, Aristides Raphael. Don't care about him, so let's just not comment. Masterminded a memorable victory. It weren't that memorable. It was 1-0. It was a terrible game to watch. I mean, I hope it wasn't terrible, but why can't I win 8-0 when I record a game? Where are those? They're just for my enjoyment, apparently. What do you think of lifting the FA Cup today? Lionel Messi, probably happy, mate. Probably happy. Not lifted it before. You're one of the big favourites. Hey. We have a good team here. We took nothing for granted. Look, I'm successful, but I'm humble. That's what I'm going for. Today's a great moment. Yes, it is. I think the squad's got an average age of like 23, and that's including Messi. So, come on, lads. Right. So we continue the winning tradition. We've been given nearly 2 million quid. Yeah, straight to Messi's bloody lawyers, mate. Amateur continues Liverpool tradition. Happy days. The board are a bit more cheerful than usual. 65% I get for winning a competition they presumed I would win. Ridiculous. Got Carragher there praising Hamburger's spirit. That's nice. I think we can. I went on a bit of a tangent here about Carragher, so we can probably just skip that nonsense. I'm not really into that. One's on Gill. He's just signed a new contract, 180 grand a week, but he's 22 and he's one of the most effective operators in that role. Awesome. Right. Okay. So that concludes the match day. Now, just in case I've lost, I held back some funny names. So let's delve straight into them, lads. Yes, please. So, starting off, I think a lot of these are just guys that I'm signing. You know, as soon as my aim of shedding my extraneous players, more come through the door. It's like a conveyor belt. But yeah, no, right, come on. Apart from Redatran, that's a little bit funny. First one, Jack Hole. You absolute Jack Hole. Dutch lad there. Right, got a few more guys who aren't funny at all. Oh no, yeah, we had FHA before. We've commented on his name. I think I initially, in the first recording of this, got confused about that and was busy saying his name when actually I've said it before, and I remember now. See, look, he's French and Malagasy, which I looked up the other day. It's Madagascar, mate. Malagasy is the people of, it's an indigenous group. Same with Football Manager wrongly assigns Azerbaijani people as Azeri, whereas Azeri is an ethnic group within Azerbaijan. Azerbaijani is the correct phrase. Azeri, I think, is it Malagasy or Azeri that's also the language? I think it's Malagasy. Anyway, I made the Stefan and Beda Messi joke last time. I don't know why these guys are still on the shortlist. It's poor show from me. I'm very sorry. Little feature from Kamara there. Dan Wembagomo, he's been featured before. Andrew Slight, he's 6'4". That's always funny, but then is not specifically someone that I've brought out for this time. Right, can I get to the genuinely funny names? And Maxim Shatalov. He's absolutely Shatalov at that. Kessel Akarnastasi. That's quite a good one. I don't know what kind of French affiliate. Kessel as well as a funny first name. Akarnastasi. Oh man, to be named after secret police. Graham Shonk and Andy Slack. Two people you want in your defence, obviously. Graham Shonk and Andy Slack. Yeah, Kenny Good I had in there just in case his middle name started with a B, and it doesn't, and so I was disappointed. It's just Kenny Good because it would have been like Johnny B. Good. CD Winter. Oh, CD, what a first name. Someone I had in through my academy via Denmark was Flemming Gaiderson. Flemming, though, come on. First name your children responsibly, people. Ross Hanger. Barry Berry. That's a good name. Barry Berry. Gichel Bemboletta. I thought that was just quite funny, to be honest, and it strikes me now. Gichel, or Guy, no, it's not going to be Gichel, is it? Because he's also from Congo, so it's Gichel, and it's like Bemboletta. Oh, if only he was good. We could sing that all day long. Oh, that's excellent. Torsten, it's either Dickelhuber or Dickluber, which is not better. It's a bit like Dick Luver. Oh God. Anyway, he's excellent, and he's joining Liverpool. So I hope to obviously convert to a centre back. I hope to get him a bit quicker. But yeah, Torsten Dickeluber. Stefan Hamann, I think it's just a guy I'm signing. Gerhard Rock, or Rock Hard Ger. But yeah, Gerhard Rock. Ralph Tennergels. That's the kind of youthful equivalent of Tenor Ladies, obviously. Aaron Scram. Dennis Butkus. Oh, if I'd lost the final, this really would have cheered me up. Manfred Schimpelsberger. He's a funny guy. Manfred as well. Manfred Schimpelsberger. Sounds like just a made up. I was just going to say, sounds like a made up name. It is a made up name. Antonio Perfecto. I just think like he's the guy that your girl tells you not to worry about. So what's his name? Oh yeah, Antonio Perfecto. Spetim Lamai. I'm going with Lamai. Right, like Januzaj. Spetim Lamai. Franz Worm. That's a classic. Dirk Rasp. Oh, it'd be great if he had good long range shooting. Birkendag. Best obviously said in an Irish accent. Here's a Birkendag. Is that your dog, Birken? Anyway, I'll stop that because I'm not good at impressions. But Birkendag, come on. Yeah, so who's next? Bogdan Pantilimonescu. That's quite funny. Lucian, not quite funny with Birkendag, but yeah, Lucian Buhus. Emotional player. Lars Christian Ottilie Nilsson. How much Nilsson is he? Ottilie Nilsson. And what's his favourite animal? I don't know. Ottilie Bottilie. But yeah, I'm sure I made a more clever joke about that last time. But Dagfinn Weem. Dagfinn though. What a first name. Meow Zincheng. Oh yes please. Meow as a first name. Love it. He loves Zola, which is quite funny. Babakaba. Yeah, he's come through at AC Milan. He's Ghanaian, but he's not actually any good. And I think that's it. Ahmed there, always worth checking for. But yeah, that's about it for funny names. I think this brings us home, guys, into the conclusion. Hopefully, the last dodgy voiceover thing I have to do. But let's have a look at overall Liverpool. How's it going? Guys? So, well reputation, rich finances. Been at the top for a long time now, as you can see with the history. That's all good. Lots of trophies. Happy days. My competitions board, obviously, won the Premier League. Expectation, win the Premier League. Club World Championship, got to win it, won it. European Champions League, they gave me a 31% by getting knocked out of the quarterfinal. I'm gutted about that, but yeah. European Super Cup, obviously I won't be featuring next season, but I won it. Capital One Cup, not important at all, but I won it. Community Shield, not important at all, but I won it. And FA Cup, won it as well, and I was expected to win it. So, I mean, expectations are largely in line with what's happening. I think I will kind of go on to basically try and win everything. That's going to be my next target. Keep thinning down that squad. Obviously, I've got a transfer budget of 869 million. My expenditure here, you can see, it's not so much. But yeah, 2.5 million available in wage budget. I'm sure the board will have that off me if I don't use it. That's the annoying thing that they do. So at the minute I've got a wage budget of 7 million, but by the start of next season, they'll put it in an immovable way, and by the time then I get it to be flexible like I have here, it'll be too late and they'll just move it again. But look, I'm not one to complain about budgets now. I'm thinning down the wage budget. I'm getting them all off. And yeah, so basically my transfer budget will keep being boosted by the fact that I'm selling off, hundreds of £1 million worth of players. They do come in because of how how it works on my game, they do come in as fast as they go out. So I started with 256, now I've got 210 after a season of really brutal cutting. Probably not that brutal then, could be criticised, but I've gone through recently in my up-to-date game, I've gone through more cutting, more selling, less contracts being offered, some people genuinely being released, which I would never do before. And just keeping it at these top end players here who are at the absolute best, the cream of the crop. And we do have, because of the contracts we offer and the money we pay, we do have a lot of very, very valuable players. And as you can see, just looking down the age line there, you got some real good 22, 23, those kind of early 20-year-olds who hopefully will come through and be replace Messi, replace Divock Origi, and enable us to really flourish. So that's more or less the plan. It comes to the end of the recording. I don't think I have anything additional to add. So I will sign off. It's bye-bye from the Anfield Boot Room. We sign off another season. Very, very successful. Mixed within that cess is a kind of mind-raking disappointment. But look, it doesn't have to keep you up at night. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.